Hey church, my name is Kelsey Ross. I'm the Director of Youth Ministries at Wesley, and I'm here to bring you today's midweek check-in devotion. Just want to tell you just a little bit about what Surge and Jubilation and the Celebration Ringers have been doing this week. We got to Nashville on Monday night. We got straight to work. We worked with an organization called People Loving Nashville. We have served a lot of the homeless population here in the city. We're also bringing the beautiful gift of music to a lot of different churches and organizations in the area as well. We are going to have so much to share with you at our one service, worship service, on July 31st. It's going to be at 10 a.m. at Wesley. Please plan to come. You will hear all of the details about all the great times we've had together this summer. But we just wanted to show you a few updated pictures of the things that we've been doing, a few glimpses of our ringers and our youth choir as well, just to show you what we've been up to so far. But what we also want you to know is that we have felt your prayers this week, church. We thank you so much for the beautiful send-off that you gave us this past Sunday, and we know that you have been with us. Your name has been on our hearts, and this beautiful Wesley family has been a part of us everywhere that we have gone this week. So thank you for loving us. Thank you for supporting us. We can't wait to come home and tell you all about it.
In the darkness I'll dance, in the shadows I'll sing. The joy of the Lord is my strength. When I cannot see you with my eyes, let faith arise to you. When I cannot feel your hand in mine, let faith arise to you. God of mercy and love, I will praise you, Lord.
Hello, church! It's been such a busy summer, but also an incredibly rewarding one. Wesley UMC's youth has been all around Illinois worshiping, working, and as you probably know, doing mission and musical work in Nashville, Tennessee. We've all learned and experienced a lot, and we're excited to share some of our stories and insights with you this Sunday, July 31st at 10 a.m. You can attend the service at 502 East Front Street in Bloomington or here on our YouTube channel. It will be a youth-led service with members of Surge giving testimonies, and there will also be performances from our Jubilation Youth Choir and Celebration Ringer. There's going to be a lot of fun, there's going to be a lot of music, there's going to be a lot of sharing, and we hope that you can be a part of it too. Have a lovely week, and we hope to see you on Sunday.
Good morning, everyone. As you can tell, I am not Pastor Sarah Isbell, but I am Brenna Martin, and Kelsey and I are here this morning, and we are so excited for the youth-led service. We've worked really hard, and so have all of the youth this morning. I'm supposed to remind you that if you are here worshiping in person with us this morning, to please make sure that you register your attendance in the black pads that are on the center aisle side of the pew, and pass them through to everyone. Welcome to the 2022 Youth-Led Service, where we will be sharing about all the adventures that our Surge Youth Group, Jubilation Youth Choir, and Celebration Ringers have been on this summer. This morning, you will hear from members of our Wesley Youth Ministries as we share testimonies, stories, and memories from all the places we've been since school let out. This summer has been the culmination of a new era of Wesley Youth Ministry, as we have made a conscious effort to join our groups for fellowship and service, committing ourselves to one mission of the church together to grow and nurture disciples of Jesus Christ for the transformation of the world. This new youth model, has led us to accomplish more than we ever thought possible, and we can't wait to tell you all about it today.
So this summer we had 3 big weeks of ministry that you're going to hear about this morning. We started right after school let out with our hometown mission week of service around the Bloomington Normal area, which we call Serving Blono, which you'll hear about. We plan to participate in this week with one of our sister congregations, which is Normal First. So if you're from Normal First, wave your hands real quick. Those are our Normal First friends over there. Yeah. So we do a week of local mission projects and devotion together, and this is our 2nd year during Serving Blono, so it was another great success. You'll hear all about it. And then at the end of June, we had 11 people from Wesley, including adults and youth, go to Little Grassy United Methodist Camp in Makanda, Illinois, for AIR, which stands for Aldersgate Institute Redesigned, and it's a junior high and high school age summer camp. And for everyone who came, it was a life-changing experience. We can't wait to go back next year. You'll also hear about that. And then just about a week ago, Surge, Jubilation, and Celebration Ringers joined for a joint choir tour and mission trip, which we will refer to as the Summer Youth Trip in Nashville, where we performed at a number of churches and nonprofit organizations around the city, and we did some meaningful mission work with the homeless population in the city too. So this for us was a week not only to serve together, but to learn what it means to join 2 ministries together for a common purpose, and to bring all of our students' unique gifts to a city in desperate need of hope and reconciliation. So the service this morning is going to be broken up into 3 separate sections, which will be indicated by special videos that Ben put together for us, so you should know which trip that we're talking about as we share. So, can't wait.
We'd like to invite Celebration Ringers up to start our service.
My name is Alyssa Oganovich. I'm going to be saying the opening prayer. O God, after a summer of adventures, travel, and service, we come before God in our own piece of your sacred creation. As we share today, let us be filled with your spirit. Let the memories propel us, and let the moments we've had together convict others in the same ways that we've been convicted this summer. After all we've been through, thank you for being through it with us. Amen.
Good morning. My name is Emma, and I'm actually one of the many Normal First kids who's kind of been adopted into Surge as well. The past 2 years, Normal First Youth and Wesley Surge have partnered to put on an in-town mission trip that we call Serving Blono. This summer during Serving Blono, we served at East Bay Camp by weeding trails, cleaning up the beach, and painting a fence, which they turned into a mural recently. We also helped at Normal First School Street Pantry, and made peace poles that were delivered to various places in the community, including one here that you all will plant next week. On the last day of volunteering, we landscaped and painted a mural at Mid-Central Community Action, and also helped organize and price donations at Habitat for Humanity Restore. On the last day of Serving Blono, we went to Raging Rivers in Alton, Illinois, where Kelsey is from. Serving Blono 2021 brought Wesley Surge and Normal First Youth together, and Serving Blono 2022 only strengthened those relationships as well as those within the Bloomington Normal community. I am and will forever be grateful for this chosen family of mine.
Hello, my name is Cohen, and I'm going to be doing a trip testimony from Serving Blono. So, Serving Blono was a really good time for me because I went in there not knowing anyone really there, like that from Normal First. I came in strangers to half the people there, but as you'll see by the end, I came out family to everyone that was there, including everyone at Normal First, all the leaders, everyone like that. So serving helped me because when we went to East Bay Camp mainly, everyone was doing group projects, but me and Adam Dunn from Normal First, we got to power wash all by ourselves. And so that time, it was 3 hours, just two middle school boys just power washing all by ourselves, having fun. And that really helped me connect with him because it was just it was the two of us just there, helping each other out, working with each other, giving each other rests, helping, like, just work together. And that really helped me, like, become really good friends with him. Like, me and him, we're like two peas in a pod now, because and then also, we went to the Restore as well later that trip on the last day. Oh, I was saying the last day. And then at that time, there was a giant group of us that went to the Restore to all like sort stuff, and I felt like by the end of that Restore day, we were all close to each other because we were all just making jokes about different things, being stupid but also funny about it. And so yeah, that really helped me and just build connections with everyone that's there, and we all became family with each other, so thank you.
It breaks my heart to see you suffering.
'Cause I am for you. I'm not against you. If you wanna know how far my love can go, just how deep, just how wide. If you wanna see how much you mean to me, look at my hands, look at my side. If you could count the times and say you are forgiven, it's more than the drops in the ocean. Oh, oh. Don't think you need to settle for a substitute when I'm the only love that changes you. 'Cause I am for you. I'm not against you. Yes, I am for you. I'm not against you. If you wanna know how far my love can go, just how deep, just how wide. If you wanna see how much you mean to me, look at my hands, look at my side. If you could count the times and say you are forgiven, it's more than the drops in the ocean. Oh, oh. In your heart, it's time that we start again. Open your heart, it's time that we start again. If you wanna know how far my love can go, just how deep, just how wide. If you wanna see how much you mean to me, look at my hands, look at my side. If you could count the times and say you are forgiven, it's more than the drops in the ocean. Oh, oh, it's more than the drops in the ocean. Oh, oh. 'Cause I am for you. I'm not against you. Yes, I am for you. I'm not against you.
All right. So for our children's time this morning, we're going to sing through a favorite song of ours called 2 by 2. So what we need is for everybody to stand as you are able. And it's a really simple song. We're going to have helpers up here with the motions, but I'm going to call out some animals and you get to act them out. So, channel your inner preschooler. And if you forget some of these animal noises, like I said, we have our helpers.
God showed mercy to Noah and his crew. 2 by 2, 2 by 2. He's doing just the same for me and you. We got a lot of animals to get inside the ark. Better start taking roll. Got a lot of work to do before it gets dark. So everybody, here we go. Let me see the elephants. Let me see the chickens. Let me see the monkeys. Let me see the coyotes. Two by two, two by two. God showed mercy to Noah and his crew. Two by two, two by two. He's doing just the same for me and you. Let me see the sheeps. Let me see the crickets. Let me see the alligator. Let me see the owls. Two by two, two by two. God showed mercy to Noah and his crew. Two by two, two by two. He's doing just the same for me and you. All right, we're doing a pretty good job, but we still have a few more animals to go. Let me see the bears. Let me see the doggies. Let me see the penguins. Let me see the laughing hyenas. Two by two, two by two. God showed mercy to Noah and his crew. Two by two, two by two. He's doing just the same for me. And two by two, two by two. He's God showed mercy to Noah and his crew. Two by two, two by two. He's doing just the same for me and you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mary Baker, and I'm going to be telling you all about AIR, Little Grassy Camp. So I, a part of 11 other people from Wesley, went to Little Grassy Camp this year, and our day-to-day was basically the same every day. We had a nice little name tag that had our schedule on it. So we start off with breakfast every day, which was so fun. We had a bunch of cool conversations with people who were there because there were so many kids who weren't from Wesley. And then we had our morning devotions, which were without a bunch of the adults. It was normally just a short little devotion, which was aimed at our theme, which was prayer. Then we had a break. But after that, we had family class time, which this was my favorite part of the day because this was where you went with your family. I was in Yellow Family, and you just talked about, it was basically like a small group, and you talked about prayer, and it was geared toward getting you ready towards what you would be talking about later that night at the evening worship. So I just loved this because my family was just so welcoming and so nice. And everybody was just like, it was just so fun. We just had a lot of laughs, and everybody was like family by the end of the week. After family class time, we did the morning show, which was hosted by Kelsey Meredith Ross, sorry. And that was also very funny. We had a Sprite drinking challenge one day where I even participated in it, where you had to try and drink a whole can of Sprite without burping. I was very close to winning. Yeah. And then we had lunch, and environmental ed was after that, learning about the area and the wildlife there. Then we had toes up time, which was some people's favorite part of the day as well, which is where you just got to take a nap. Then we had recreational time, which is where you could choose any activity to do. You could go to the beach, you could do crafts. I did crafts a lot. Then we had dinner, and we prepared for worship. Now, worship, like I said earlier, our theme was prayer. And I very much loved this theme of prayer because I had kind of been struggling with like my faith and just like everything to do with it. And the theme of prayer kind of helped bring me back into like the community of God and love, and just learning how to reconnect with myself and God through prayer, and with these wonderful people who we would all sing songs together, and you felt like you were family by the end of the week. And everyone just felt, it was like everyone was on fire for God. Everyone was just so open, and you didn't even feel like you were gonna get judged. You could cry without being worried that people were gonna be like, ooh, she's crying. So, yeah. Then at the end of the night, we had devotions at the cross, and that also was just magical because it was nighttime, so the stars were all out. You could hear all the crickets, all the animals, and the cross was just lit up. And you would all sit around the cross, and we just had a devotion that a family would do each night. And everybody was just very attentive and listening, and it was just perfect. I absolutely loved my week at camp because even though it was only 11 of us who went, I feel like my church family had expanded like tenfold. Even with the adults who were there, everybody was just amazing. So totally recommend, if you are a kid, come to camp next year because it is amazing. Even if you don't have the same experience of me, I can guarantee you will have an amazing experience. Thank you for listening.
Hello, my name is Corinne, and I've been a part of Surge for a while. Today I'm going to be doing a devotion about camp, because I also went to camp. Camp for me was a really cool experience. Like Mary said, we had lots of fun, and we basically bonded a lot. But camp for me was a chance to meet new people and grow a lot closer to God. I chose a Bible verse for my devotion, and it's Jeremiah 29:12. It says, "When you call me and come to and pray to me, I will listen." I picked this because camp, I don't know what to call it. Our theme was all about prayer. So this Bible verse is about prayer, but I also want to focus on the last part. It says, "I will listen." So at camp, like Mary said, we had families. I was part of the Orange family. And every day we would get together. In the morning we would talk about what the theme was that day. And every night we would go over the day. And at the beginning of the week, we were kind of hesitant. We didn't know anyone, so we didn't try to get to know each other. We stayed with our own friends. But I think it was Wednesday. We had to share really deep and meaningful things, like the hardest times of our lives. And it was really hard to share all of this with just strangers we had just met. But we all listened to each other. And when we listened to each other and basically spilled out all of our feelings, all the hardest times, we listened and we got to know each other. We grew as a family. We became really good friends towards the end of the week as well. Some people might have gone home and forgot all about that, but I didn't because I listened. And it literally, I have really good friends now from camp because we shared basically our lives with each other. And so, yeah, we became really close. But I think if you share these things with God as well, even though he might already know them, and if you pray to him, like the verse says, he will listen, and you'll probably feel a lot closer to him. I know this because that's what happened to me, and I grew closer to him, and I grew closer to the people around me, and that was one of my takeaways from camp. Thank you for listening.
Salvation's waiting there. You built a mighty fortress, 10,000 burdens high. Love is here to lift you up, here to lift you high. If you're lost and wandering, come stumbling in like a prodigal child. See the walls start crumbling in, but the gates of glory open wide. All who strayed and walked away
Good morning. My name is Brenna Martin, and I'm the Director of Music Ministry here at Wesley. And Kelsey Meredith Ross and I, our youth director, had the esteemed privilege of taking 40 kids, no, that's wrong, 40 people total. We had 28 kids and 12 adults come with us on our first combined youth summer trip. It was a mission trip and a choir tour all together. We left on a Monday. We came back on a Saturday. Kelsey put a lot of work into finding mission projects for us to do every single day while we were in Nashville, and a lot of the work that we did was with the homeless population. I'm sure you'll hear about the various places that we went when the kids come up and talk about their experience here in a second, so I won't go into much detail about that. And then most nights we had a concert for the kids that were in bells and choir, and all of the other students helped as well. And we sang at, I think, 3 churches. We sang at one of our mission projects one morning, and then also we had a concert at a nursing home the morning that we left. So it was a really great time. Everyone came home, and that was the most important part. And we just had an awesome time, and I can't wait for you to hear more about it.
Hi, my name is Sarah, and I went on all 3 of the trips and service weeks this summer, but I'll be talking about the mission trip and choir tour. So going into the trip, I already knew that growth happens outside of your comfort zone. This is something that I learned on previous trips, and that logically I knew this, but on this trip I experienced that kind of growth by stepping outside of my comfort zone in a way that I never had before. And this growth actually happened on our fun night, so surprisingly enough. So for our fun night, we went to Music City in Nashville, and we had been there prior in the week when we went there during our homeless simulation, where we had walked around all over Nashville, and we actually, I think some groups walked over 5 miles. It was a lot. I know all of our feet were sore and tired, and we had to do things like find a place to fill up our water bottles. And that day we had also packed extra lunches and sat down with some people in Music City who seemed like they needed some food. And we shared a meal with them and talked with them. So when we were there again for our fun night, there were a lot more people. And there were a lot more people partying and having fun and enjoying themselves, but there were also a lot more people sitting on the streets begging for food or water. And that stark contrast for me was very shocking. And while I was supposed to be having fun with my friends, it was almost hard for me to not feel guilty in that moment. Going into an ice cream shop while there's somebody sitting right there who would love to just have a bite to eat. I felt like I should be doing something. And in that moment, I learned there's so much work to be done. We had been helping people all week, but I still felt like there's more to do. And don't worry, I know that I'm allowed to have fun, and I am allowed to enjoy myself and relax. And it's not my job to help everybody. It's not possible for me to help everybody. And that's something I learned I need to work on myself, to not carry the weight of the world on my shoulders. But it did open my eyes to the privilege that I hold, living the way that I do. My family is well off. We've never really struggled for money to the point where, we've been homeless, or I didn't think I was going to be able to eat. And it definitely just opened my eyes to how much work there is to do. When we were doing our homelessness simulation, we wrote on the sidewalk a prayer that we have to bridge the gap between the wealthy and the poor. And what my group wrote was serve, love, and give. And I think those are the 3 main things we as Christians are called to do. So this week, many of us were forced to step outside of our comfort zones. It's one thing to stand in a kitchen and chop vegetables, or to put together hygiene kits. And those are really great things that we did and that kind of manual work. But it's another to stand face to face to someone and hear their story and hear their struggles and truly confront that privilege that personally I hold and a lot of us hold. Doing that instead of the hard work, doing that heart work inside. And I think that's where that growth comes from. You know, Jesus, when he was doing miracles, he didn't stand from afar and do them. He was right there with people, knowing them, loving them, calling them by name. And I believe that's exactly what we are called to do as well. So, thank you.
Hello, good morning. Good morning. Okay, my name is Atticus Jorgis, and I am a part of Surge. Over the course of this past summer, Surge had a lot of trips and activities that they went on. The trip I was able to go on, and the one I'm going to be talking about, is the Choir and Bells / mission trip that we all took to Nashville, Tennessee. Usually we split the choir and mission trip up, but this year we joined them together and it was a lot of fun. Throughout the days we were there, we would go to volunteer at local nonprofits, and in the evening we would sing and play bells for a bunch of different people at different places. Our first stop, here's a little bit of a rundown of our week. Our first stop was at People Loving Nashville, where we split up into different groups with different tasks. A couple groups were tasked with cleaning up garbage around the area we were in and pass out the food. The task we were all given, though, everyone was given, though, was to engage with everyone and hear their stories. The other places we volunteered at were the Shower of the People, Nashville Rescue Mission, and the Giving Garden. The way we helped out at these places were we cleaned showers, passed out lunches, cleaned lunch tables, sorted through hygiene products that were going to be given away, or going to be given out to those that needed them, picked up trash off the streets of downtown Nashville, and worked in the garden. But most importantly, we engaged with the community. We took the time getting to know them and hear their stories. One of my favorite moments from the mission trip was when we did a simulation of how it would be if we were homeless for a day. We were given a list of things that at a first glance wouldn't be a problem for those among us that have running water to drink and a place to sleep. In this simulation, we looked / walked around downtown Nashville for a place to sleep and a place to refill our water bottles and a place for shade from the hot weather. This simulation really opened up my eyes to a world of stress and hopelessness that I so wish no one would ever have to experience. Looking into the future for myself, there are realities that I see myself living out, whether it be music or something along those lines. I never really had something I felt passionate about. Going into the week of this mission trip, I was not expecting to find that passion in helping others and getting to know them as well. Now when I look into my future, I can see something that's bigger than myself. A reality where I seek to engage and help those around me. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Allison Oganovich, not like it says on the board, that's okay. I am going to be talking about the choir trip and mission trip. This is my first mission trip that I've been on. It's my second choir tour and my first bell tour. So like Sarah and Atticus said, we went to Nashville and we went on a charter bus. So that means almost 40 people on a 6-hour bus ride. I'm just gonna say it was energetic and it was loud, but it was a great time there and back and all the bus rides we went on. So throughout our trip, we went to many different places to serve, sing, and ring. My favorite place and day was Monday. That night, we went to the War Memorial in downtown Nashville with People Loving Nashville. I was in a group with my friends Mary and Corinne, who spoke on camp earlier. We walked around and talked to the people that were there, and we learned a lot about how, their story and their name and our tour name. And honestly, that was pretty nerve-wracking. I was very nervous, on the bus ride there, because I'm not a huge fan of just walking straight up to people and talking to them, but Mary and Corinne did a great job of helping me build the courage to do that, and I know we were all nervous, but it was a lot of fun. And now that skill that I learned there, I take that with me everywhere now. I'm also a part of Jubilation and Celebration, so we sang and rang at 3 churches and a nursing home. These places, like our tour, was very different from our first choir tour in 6th grade. We went to Minnesota, and we would take a charter bus up there, and we would stop along the way in different states, and then we would sing and ring there. But this time we combined mission trip and choir tour, and it was a lot of fun. Overall, I had an amazing time spending time with my church family, who I have gotten so much closer to and I love so much, and I cannot wait for the trips that I go on in the future. Thank you.
Hello? Okay. I'm Braden Robinson, and I went on the Surge mission trip / choir tour / bell trip. Let's see. I had a lot of fun. The most fun I've had in a while. This is my second and only mission trip I've ever gone on, and looking back on it, I wish I could have gone on a lot more of them, because I knew they were going to be this much fun and helping people out. I would have been going since I was able to join Surge. A few things I liked and loved doing were we helped a bunch of people that were in need, and it breaks my heart that people have to resort to living on the street for who knows how long. Could be years, months, days. It's just crazy to think about that, and it makes me take the time to appreciate what I have in my life. I also became a lot closer with basically everyone in this group. They're almost like a second family to me. They're like people I can talk to about my problems and give me advice on certain things and how to go about things. What we did on our trip. The coolest part about the trip, in my opinion, was walking around the main part of Nashville and doing a homeless experiment that Kelsey had set up for everyone to do. And to be honest, it really opened my eyes on a whole bunch of things. We went around to these sites like the Titan Stadium. I'm a Patriots fan, so I really wasn't too happy about it. We also went to a library and took a break there, and we took a moment to think, and I kind of thought to myself, like, what if they didn't let others in to like fill up their water bottle or go to the bathroom or do things that we do every day? We went in the mindset of some of these people may not have had a place to sleep, and others may have just gotten the best news of their life, maybe. Who knows? But we always greeted everyone with a smile and said, "Hi, I'm so-and-so. How's your morning, evening going?" And sometimes we would get a response, and sometimes we wouldn't, and that's okay. But just to end it off, I just want to thank everyone for making this trip the most fun I've had in a long time, and I hope to see all you guys in the next one very, very soon. Thank you.
my tune till I met you. You called my name, and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. You called my name, and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. Your mercy has saved my soul. Now your freedom is all I know. They all make new, Jesus, when I met you. You called my name, and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. You called my name, and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. Christ the Lord is risen today. Hallelujah. Sons of men and angels say, Hallelujah. Raise your joys and triumphs high. Hallelujah. Sing ye hands and earth reply. Hallelujah. Lives again our glorious King. Hallelujah. Where, O death, is now thy sting? Hallelujah. Dying once, he all doth save. Hallelujah. Where thy victory, O grave? Hallelujah. You called my name, and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. You called my name, and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day, into your glorious day, into your glorious day.
Before we get ready for our time of offering, there's a few people that Kelsey and I wanted to make sure that we thanked before the service was over. So if you were a chaperone or an adult on any of the 3 trips that the kids have talked about today, would you please stand up? There were a lot more than just the 5 of them that are here. I know Lindsay Sherrill is in the nursery today, and Stephanie Hoy was a part of our group too. And we just wanted to say thank you so much to all of you for coming. We couldn't do anything that we do without all the extra help that we have. So thank you so much. And we also wanted to say thank you to you, our congregation, for all of the support that you have given the youth ministries this year. It is, again, we can't do anything that we talked about or shared about today without your love and support. So thank you so much for all that you do for us. We will go ahead and move forward into our time of offering.
I gotta say, I am super impressed and I am super proud. Thank you to all of you who have made us so proud today by going where we could not go, to use your hands and feet and voices and hearts to touch so many people in so many places. I want to thank especially our young people, those who have shared with us today, those who led the trip. You can see their names in the bulletin, but Brenna and Kelsey at the top of that list, as well as Ben and Matt and Lindsay and Valen and Gail and so many people to thank. And Lisa and Chad, so thankful for you. So thankful for you. I know I'm supposed to be up here to do the thank you for the offering, and I'm going to do that, but I just wanted to thank you for your sharing today. It has really touched my heart. I hope it has touched yours as well. Maybe it brought back good memories of youth group, or maybe it inspired you to work that you can do, prayers that you can offer, ways that you can reach out to maybe a young person in your life. Those of you in the congregation in the sanctuary this morning, so glad you're here. Those of you online today, share this video, won't you? Share it with somebody that you know, especially somebody who may not have a church, especially maybe a young person that doesn't have a youth group. This is a great place to be here at Wesley and here at Surge. I want to thank you so much for the opportunity to hear from you and to be inspired and moved by you. Let us give thanks for this morning's offering and dedicate it to God. Good and gracious God, we have given you our tithes and offerings today as symbols of our gratitude to you for all that you do in our lives. We dedicate these gifts to you and the works of our hands and the words of our lips, that all might be pleasing in your sight and all might make a difference in this world that you so love. But we thank you as well for the witness that has been shared with us today in music, in word, in imagery. Thank you, oh God, for the gifts of these young people. They have inspired us to want to help this world in the way that they have helped this world. Thank you for letting us be a part of it. Take these gifts, take our lives, take our testimonies, and transform them for your good and for your glory. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen. Just a handful of quick announcements, and most of them are in the bulletin, so if you've got a paper bulletin, take it home with you, and just be aware of what all is going on around here, because there is a lot of it. First of all, next Sunday, the worship service is at 9 o'clock only. Again, a single combined service out in the parking lot. If it's a beautiful day, if it's way too hot or raining, we'll move inside, but listen, here's the tricky part. Next week's service is not only a parking lot praise service, it's also blessing of the pets. And you are invited to bring your pets to worship out in the parking lot, and we're going to bless them if you so choose. If you can't bring your pet personally, if you're Paula Leifel and you have a horse, you can bring a picture of your pet if you prefer to do that. But bring your pet or a picture of your pet and we'll bless. Now, if it's raining or nasty, we're moving the service inside, and I'm very sorry to say the pets are not coming inside. So if we have to move the 9 o'clock service inside, please bring a picture of your pet instead of the live animal itself, okay? One service only, 9 o'clock out in the parking lot. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Bring a pet or a picture of your pet. Before that, though, this coming week, Tim Zimmerman and the King's Brass are coming to Wesley United Methodist Church, this sanctuary, Wednesday evening at 7 o'clock. There is no charge and no tickets are required. We will take up a love offering. If you've never heard Tim Zimmerman and the King's Brass, they're going to lift your heart and tap your toe, and you're going to be glad that you came. So please join us for that awesome concert. We are setting up at Wesley an SMS notification system through your text, through your cell phone. If you would like to be a part of that, there are a number of different ways. On the back of the Tim Zimmerman insert are a number of ways you can be a part of that emergency notification system. You can read here when you will and will not be notified. If there's a church closure, if there's, I don't know, snow, maybe not in July or August, but that kind of thing, we will notify you this way, so please take advantage of that if you'd like us to contact you. Those of you who are here for the first time today, we are very, very glad that you're here. We hope that you have been blessed and touched by this morning's message, and we have a small thank you gift for you out at the welcome desk. So if you'd like to exit the sanctuary by this door and just head toward the front street exit, we have a welcome gift for you. And we thank you for being here, and we thank again our young people for making such a difference in this world and in our hearts today. It is time for our closing song, I believe.
church, how proud are we of our kids? All right, let us offer a closing benediction this morning. You, O church, have been called by name, by a church that calls you its family, and by these students and leaders who call you home. So go forth from this place with the knowledge of how sacred and how important those names are. Amen.